guys, Mary Meet, and welcome to this episode of Bewitching the Moon. And I'm actually filming this on Thursday, February 8th, February 9th. Totally know what I'm talking about. But the full moon is tomorrow, February 10th, at 7:32 p.m. Eastern Time. So, I'm kind of getting everything ready tonight for what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. And I'm sorry if you can hear that train in the background. I live fairly close to a train track, but so this full moon is in the Celtic month of Rowan, which, if we remember from my last video, is about personal empowerment. And it's kind of interesting too, because the intention that I set was for self-care. And I set that intention because of fear of what's happening politically. We've been exposed to so much negativity and kind of that holy shit, what's happening next kind of feeling. And so I wanted to do some self-care to kind of get myself out of that. Now, that's funny because the new moon was in Aquarius, and Aquarius is about social issues. It is about looking outward, humanitarianism, altruism, looking forward, looking at progress. And so it was kind of funny because I recognized that I needed some self-care to be my best self, to deal with those sorts of things and to deal with the political shitstorm that we're in right now. So now we've moved into the full moon in Leo. And that's kind of interesting because Leo is about putting your best foot forward. It's about confidence, self-confidence, and feeling very secure in yourself and knowing what you're about, and going out into social situations where you're just very you. Okay, so it's about, again, just that confidence, worthiness, feeling of worthiness. I'm looking at my notes, and so it's kind of interesting. We're looking forward at the things that we can do in this time, in this space that we're in. And Leo is really going to help us with that, because we are really, with this full moon, going to get in touch with ourselves and be our best selves. So it's kind of huge. So again, while I was thinking about self-care in terms of staying away from politics and social situations like that, it's kind of morphed over these 2 weeks. And now I'm kind of realizing, I've been going through some things where I'm realizing that some of the emotional energy that I send out into the world, I send it to people in situations where they can't necessarily meet me back. They can't necessarily give that energy back. And I've just been hemorrhaging all these feelings and all this need to care for people. And I kind of realized that I need to save some of that for myself. So it went from kind of like this kind of political, huge social thing to just me really needing to take care of myself, needing to practice some self-love, needing to like fill up the Amy bubble. There's the whole thing about how you can't let someone drink from an empty cup or that sort of thing. And I'm realizing that I need to fill up my cup. I need to deal with myself. I need to deal with my feelings. I need to protect myself from some things. And I need to not let things drain me. So that's kind of been my realization. It's been really good. And I had the spa day. I did the whole hair mask and face mask and, shaved everything and used a scrub and, some nicely scented oils, and just felt great about myself. I'm going to do that again on Saturday. I've got a big night out, so it's going to be a big deal. So I think we all need that, especially in the winter. You just have to treat yourself well. You just have to make that happen for yourself. So now, something else that's interesting that's happening is we have the lunar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse, when you look, a lot of people say it's like pressing reset. Okay, so it's like you get a chance to just totally press reset. For me, it's a little bit different. For me, it takes that whole lunar cycle of full moon that wanes down to a new moon, that increases back to the full moon, and it condenses it into one night. Okay, so things that might take time, okay, like healing your emotions or reaching a spiritual goal or anything that would take time, you kind of get a fast forward on that. And I'll tell you what this is great for, and it's kind of a little relevant to me right now, is dealing with heartbreak. And I found this out. My husband and I were dating someone, but we're polyamorous, so yeah, it's a thing. So we were dating someone at one point. This was several years ago, and we went through a really bad breakup. Well, there was a lunar eclipse, and I had been dealing with so much pain and so much just frustration because, I'd poured so much of my energy into this relationship for it just to be gone. And I really spent some time with that lunar eclipse just kind of sorting through my feelings and just trying to like feel better about myself, because the only thing you can really do in that sort of situation is just make yourself feel better, right? You can't change somebody. You have to just deal with how it affects you. So I really healed so much in that one night over that lunar eclipse, just by burning a candle and meditating and really, pondering how it was affecting me. It was as if I had healed like a month's worth of pain. So I highly recommend it for that sort of use. If you have any kind of heartbreak going on, if you have anything emotional that you need to heal from, use the lunar eclipse energy. It's great for that. So just my little 2 cents. Um, so yeah, so I'm going to show you guys the ritual. I'm going to show you guys the ritual setup that I'm doing, and it is about self-love, and it is about protection and peace and just taking good care of myself. And to go along with that, I'm going to do a milk and honey bath. And it's very luxurious. It's very, the milk is actually exfoliating. The lactic acid is good for exfoliation. And the honey is very moisturizing. And I'm going to add some really good essential oils in there too. So it's just going to smell good and just be delicious. So I can't wait for that. So this is something I haven't done. So you're kind of along with me for the ride. Should be a lot of fun. So I think that was all I wanted to say. Yeah, just self-love, folks. It's the middle of winter. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta recharge. So that's what we're after today. So I'm gonna gather my stuff and I'll see you in a minute.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I thought that this was recording. I apparently had some technical difficulties and it was not recording. So I made this milk bath and it really didn't miss much. You missed like shaking a lot, and you can see the honeys at the bottom here. So I'm just going to tell you what I did while I shake it and hopefully get that mixed up. First of all, I got this milk here. It was more expensive, clearly. I mean, it has the nice label. It says here in the label that they treat their herd well with a lot of TLC. That could be bullshit. I don't know. However, I just wanted to point out that this is for a self-love spell, and this is meant to be a gentle, kind of spell. And when you work with things like this, like milk or meat or eggs or things like that, I feel like, we all know, I don't want to be preachy here, but we all know that the milk industry is evil, the egg industry is evil, the meat industry is evil. Basically this is milk that a baby calf did not get, because it was taken to be sold to humans. So again, I'm not getting preachy here. Do what you like by all means, but I'm just saying, as for me, I wanted to use some milk that had like a little less of that energy of suffering with it. So I bought the more expensive milk. And honestly, we eat mostly vegetarian. We try to do vegan as much as possible. It was weird for me to buy milk to start with because we've been drinking almond milk for like the past 2 or 3 years. So it was just weird for me to buy milk to start with, but that's what's needed for this bath. And the thing with milk is about nurturing. It is, again, it comes from the mother. It's about taking care of yourself, taking care of, just, it's about nurturing. I don't know really how else to explain it. But also in this bath, it is good for exfoliation. The lactic acid in the milk exfoliates your skin, and the fat in the milk is good for moisturizing. And you do want to get whole milk. It needs to be whole milk because you need that fat. That's kind of part of the point. So you can also get dried milk, but all the dried milk that I found was fat-free. So it kind of defeated that purpose. But if you can find dried whole milk, that would work. So then I added a lot of honey, and this bottle was full, and now you can see it's not even close. So that gives you a sense for how much of the honey I added. And the honey is about sweetness, about finding the sweetness in life, and that's what a lot of self-care and self-love is tuning out the negative and trying to find the good. It's a good technique for, dealing with all the shit that's out there right now. So it's about sweetness, and it also is very moisturizing for your skin. So, and I just kind of eyeballed this because there were a few recipes online. So yeah, this is about 2 baths worth. I'm going to pop this in the fridge, and I'm going to take 1 bath tonight, 1 bath tomorrow. So it should be good. And I also, this was, an optional thing, but I had some ylang ylang oil, and I put in 26 drops, and that's 13 drops per bath. Kind of worked out in my mind that way. And ylang ylang is very sensual. It's very sweet. It's very feminine. And I just thought it really went well with the energy of this. So it is a very good oil for like heart chakra stuff. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. And so I thought that would work really well. So I added 26 drops. Shaking it up, that honey is not really, it's starting to dissipate a little bit, but it's really going to take some more work before that happens. So yeah, anyways. So, and then I promised that I would show you my little, it's not even a ritual. This is just going to be a focus for meditation for me. Yeah, so I've got these 3 candles, and these are from Crystal Journeys. I was going to put links in the description, but I couldn't find a place where these are inexpensive online. So hopefully you have a store close by that has these, because they're amazing. I'll keep looking and hopefully find a good source, but Amazon did not have these cheap. So these are Crystal Journeys candles, and they're very, very richly scented and very richly colored, and I don't think I'm even going to anoint these or dress these. I may just pop like a drop of the ylang ylang, just 1 drop in the center of each, but it's absolutely not necessary because these are so richly scented. And this is healing. This is peace, and this is one of my favorites. It has kind of a clove smell. It's amazing. And then this one is love. So that's my setup. And again, if you try to do this ritual, for yourself, you don't have to use these candles. You can light a white candle, you can light a pink candle, a green candle, just whatever feels like love and peace and gentleness for yourself. So then I also have these aventurines, and I'm starting, I have like a stone problem. I spend way too much money on stones. Like if I have like a spare couple bucks in my pocket and I drive by, our local New Age store, I'm going to go in and get a rock. Or now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get 2 rocks, 2 stones. And the idea is that I can then meditate with them, right? So I bring in the energy through the stone into the left receptive part of my body, and then, have it cycle through and then go back out through the right projective side. So I'm getting that full experience of working with the energy of that stone. And it's really, I like the heaviness of them. They're very solid. I like that. They just feel really good. So I'm trying to get larger stones, and I'm trying to get them in pairs. So I have aventurine, which is about releasing old patterns. Okay. It soothes mental stress, and it also soothes emotional hurts. So that's, something I really need to deal with right now. And it basically just balances your emotions. And to me, that's part of self-love. Like, again, my emotional energy has been everywhere lately. And I need to, rein that in. I need to bring it back in, pull in all my little feelings, and, focus on myself and really take care of myself right now. So So these are, aventurine is really good for that. And I've also got, look at these gorgeous rhodonites. I was so excited to see these, and they weren't crazy expensive either. But again, two lovely, solid stones, and I love these so much. And rhodonite is about self-love. Perfect. This is exactly what we're going for. It's about self-respect, and, basically not letting people walk all over you. And I'm not saying that people are walking all over me, but you do have to have a certain amount of self-respect to, have firm boundaries. You know what I mean? They are, again, good for stress, and holy shit, have I been stressed. And also good for balancing your emotions. And, again, this time of year, my emotions, I don't know, I just tend towards depression anyways, seasonally, and, just in general. And so these are going to be really good for just balancing that and kind of bringing everything in and taking care of myself. So these are really good for that. And then I've got rose quartz. And this is I've had this for years and years and years and years and years, and it just has such a nice, peaceful, sweet energy. And that's basically what rose quartz is for. It's just kindness and loving and nurturing and soothing. It's a great stone for when you're trying to develop or help along some love with another person, but it's so good for self-love as well, and just for that kind of calm, peaceful, loving energy. And man, I love this stone. I've used this quite a lot, so it's always good. So yeah, and these are kind of two like heart chakra stones, and I think I've mentioned before, I've had a lot of people who have passed away over the past couple years, and I've dealt with a lot of grief, and there's been kind of some, my fibro manifested during that time, and it manifests itself in chest pain quite a lot. And grief is kind of damaging to the heart chakra when you go through a lot of grief over an extended period of time. And so a lot of what I do is like kind of gentle, sweet heart chakra stuff. And these are all like really good stones and really good energies for that. And again, I just find myself with that pain. It's like a black hole right where my heart chakra should be. And I gotta fix that. I've gotta be gentle with that energy and try to heal it and get it, working the way it's supposed to. So hopefully this will help. So let me know if you do anything like this, if you do any kind of a self-care, self-love ritual. Again, you don't have to use these particular stones. You don't have to use these particular candles. Do what works for you. This isn't even a ritual. I'm probably going to take this and put this on the side of the bath while I take my, honey milk bath, and just meditate on this. And it will probably be a journal entry too. I'll probably list, ways to take care of myself, or things I like about myself, or, things like that. Just to kind of solidify the meditation. I do better with like lists and things like that I can refer back to. So let me know if you do this, and let me know how it goes for you. And yeah, I wish you guys all a happy full moon, and blessed be. Bye-bye.